ജോലിയാണെങ്കിൽ ശരി, സമൂഹ ജോലിയാണെങ്കിൽ ശരി, ഇതുണ്ടാവണം. സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെ സ്പർശം, മികവിൻ്റെ സ്പർശം, കടപ്പാടിൻ്റെ ഒരു അർപ്പണത്തിൻ്റെ, ഇതിന് പേര് സേവ. You can sit in the front. പിന്നെ സർവേശ്വരൻ്റെ സാന്നിധ്യം ഇതേവരെ അറിഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല നമുക്ക്. അവിടെ നമ്മളോട് പറയുകയാണ്, നമ്മുടെ ഹൃദയം പിടിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മളെ കൊണ്ടാണോ? ഹൃദയം, ഹാർട്ട് വെച്ചിട്ടല്ലേ? തല മുതൽ കാല് വരെ രക്തോട്ടം നടക്കുന്നത് നമ്മളെന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ച ദഹനം നമ്മളെന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ? ശ്വാസോച്ഛ്വാസം, ഇത് നാലും ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞാനുണ്ടോ? അതിന് പേര് ജീവൻ. ഈശ്വരൻ ജീവൻ്റെ രൂപത്തിലാണ്. അതേമാതിരി എന്നെ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ നോക്കണമെന്ന് അറിയുന്നില്ലേ, ഇരിക്കണമെന്ന് അറിയുന്നില്ലേ, കേൾക്കണമെന്ന് അറിയുന്നില്ലേ? ആ ബോധം. അപ്പം ജീവൻ്റെ രൂപത്തിൽ, ബോധത്തിൻ്റെ രൂപത്തിൽ. പിന്നെ ഈ ഷർട്ട് ഇതേമാതിരി ഇല്ലാതിരുന്ന ഒരാൾക്ക് മനസ്സിൽ തോന്നണ്ടേ? ആരും പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാനില്ലല്ലോ. കണ്ണട ഇല്ലാത്ത സമയത്ത് കണ്ണട തോന്നണ്ടേ? ചേരയില്ലാത്ത സമയത്ത് ചേര തോന്നണ്ടേ? ആര് പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാൻ? ബുദ്ധിശക്തി, പ്രിമോർഡിയൽ ഇൻ്റലിജൻസ് എന്ന് പറയും, ആദ്യത്തെ ബുദ്ധിശക്തി. ഇപ്പം ഈശ്വരനെ പറ്റിയൊരു രൂപം കിട്ടി, ജീവൻ്റെ രൂപത്തിൽ, ബോധത്തിൻ്റെ രൂപത്തിൽ, ബുദ്ധിശക്തിയുടെ രൂപത്തിൽ. ഇത് എല്ലാവരിലും ഒന്നേനാണ്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന ഒന്നും ഞാൻ കൊണ്ടുവന്നതല്ല. പക്ഷേ സർവേശ്വരൻ നേരിട്ടൊന്നും തന്നിട്ടില്ല, സൃഷ്ടി മുഖാന്തരം തന്നിട്ടുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്കും തിരിച്ചു കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റിയത് സൃഷ്ടി മുഖാന്തരമല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ. സൃഷ്ടിയെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നതിലൂടെ സൃഷ്ടാവിനെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നു, സൃഷ്ടിയെ സേവിക്കുന്നതിലൂടെ സൃഷ്ടാവിനെ സേവിക്കുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ ചെറിയ ചെറിയ കാര്യം മുതൽ വലിയ വലിയ കാര്യം വരെ ഇത് ഓർമ്മ വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിനാണ് ഈ നാമസേവാധ്യാനം. അതിനുള്ള കളരിയാണ് ആനന്ദാശ്രം. അറിഞ്ഞറിഞ്ഞ ആളുകൾ വരും. ചിലപ്പോൾ ഈ ശാന്തത കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ചിലപ്പോൾ തൃപ്തിയായിട്ട് അവർ തിരിച്ചു പോകും. ചിലപ്പോൾ നാമത്തിലുള്ള രുചി കൊണ്ട് കുറച്ചും കൂടി മുന്നോട്ട് പോകണമെന്നുള്ളൊരു ഈ ചിന്തകൾ വരാൻ തുടങ്ങും. ഞാനും ഈ സർവേശ്വരൻ എന്നുള്ള ശക്തിയും ഈ സഹസൃഷ്ടിയും തമ്മിൽ എന്താണ് ബന്ധം എന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങും. ഈ ത്രികോണത്തിന് ഉത്തരം കിട്ടിയാൽ അതാണ് ഇവിടെ നടക്കുന്നത്. അറിഞ്ഞറിഞ്ഞ ആളുകൾ വന്നാൽ 1, 2, 3, 4 ദിവസം താമസിക്കും, ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ ശ്രമിക്കും. ചിലപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങളിങ്ങനെ പറയും, ചിലപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങളൊന്നും പറയില്ല. എല്ലാവരും പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കാനാവില്ലല്ലോ, ആർക്ക് താല്പര്യമുണ്ടോ വരെയല്ലോ. ഇവരൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെ ഓരോ സ്ഥലത്തും വന്നവർ തന്നെയാണ്, അറിഞ്ഞറിഞ്ഞ് വന്നവർ തന്നെയാണ്. അപ്പം ഇതിൻ്റെ പരിണത ഫലം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ സ്നേഹവലയം വർദ്ധിക്കും. ഞാൻ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ഒന്നും ഞാൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയതല്ല. ആ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ച ആൾ ഒരിക്കലും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല ഞാനും എൻ്റെ ഭാര്യയും കുട്ടികളും മാത്രമേ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പാടുള്ളൂ അല്ലേ? ചെരുപ്പിടുമ്പോൾ ചെരുപ്പ് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചാൽ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ, മുണ്ട് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചാൽ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ, ഇഡ്ഡലിയും ദോശയും കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചാൽ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ, ഭാഷ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചാൽ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ. ഞാൻ മാത്രം എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഞാനും എൻ്റെതെന്നാണ് ചിന്തിക്കുക. അങ്ങനെയാണ് വ്യക്തി വികാസം. ഇതാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനം. ടെലിഫോൺ Login it.
Okay, done, no? Okay, sorry.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Swamiji, mic.
Hari Om.
Mic mute la irukku, Swamiji.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Pranam Swamiji. Hari Om Swamiji.
So what is to be shared today?
Swamiji, Guru Shishya relationship, Guru Shishya Sambandham. Kindly explain, Swamiji.
The relevance of Guru in our spiritual journey, we should always become conscious of it. Until we are drawn to a spiritual preceptor, we will not be able to know anything about our relationship with God, our relationship with our co-creation. We might be doing, right from our childhood, we might be doing some discipline, some austerities, some rituals, but it stays at our activity level. Unknowingly, unwittingly, it has not been able to connect ourselves with the indwelling reality God or the all-pervading reality God in others. So there the relevance of outer Guru comes. Mysteriously, we will be drawn to a spiritual preceptor, Guru, and the very darshan of him will make us to start thinking, because his life is a total expansion from me to we. There is no self-interest at all in him. Quality, care and concern for others, it is writ large in all his thoughts, words and deeds. He leads a simple, contented life. All these things make a deep impact in our mind. If we stop with our emotional, sentimental level satisfaction, we miss again. He is also an individual like all of us, born to a parent and then born and brought up in the society. But how is it that this change had taken in him? That we should be able to pursue. That is why we always feel that when we meet a saint, we should be able to start a life with him right from his beginning, not from where he has ended. Otherwise, we may not know what all he had to pass through, by which, he, from the individual, he has moved to a higher level. So, for example, when we think about Papa, how was his life as Vittal Rao? Ordinary people like all of us, he was also a grihastha, he was also a businessman, and he had to pass through stressful period. And instead of blaming the world, instead of blaming anything else, he was taking God into task, pleaded, appealed, prayed, cried, and all these things made him to know something about the relevance of God in his life. So similarly, when we are inspired by a saint, we try to start from where he started his life, spiritual life. Then only we will be able to have the clear-cut idea about the Guru. Otherwise, we will be just floating on the surface. Some satisfaction will be there. Seeing him, doing pranams to him, asking him to bless us, all those things are all to a very limited extent. The real purpose is to know from where he started his life, and then we try to integrate as much of those values in our life. Whenever we fail or forget, we go and tell him, From his experience, he might give us some clues, or he might open up some new line of thinking in our mind. So this is very essential. So role of a guru in our spiritual journey is paramount. But it should be of the right relationship, that is important. Not to be merely limited to the physical contact. Then we are missing the whole thing. As we start associating ourselves with the inspiring life and mission he had placed before us, slowly we will also try to integrate those values in our daily life. We may fail, we may forget. And they give us some clues. For example, Swami Chidanji Maharaj used to say, looking at you, the world should know who your guru is. So that means it is not merely seeing, appreciating, having an image and worshipping it. No. I must be able to emulate as much as possible of what my guru stands for. So that is why he said, looking at you, the world should know who your guru is. We cannot imitate, because each one is unique, so each one has to have his own unique method of realizing. So what we take out, what is possible from his life. Emulate, that's what it's called, emulate. And then put it in our own way. And we may fail, we may forget because of the baggage we have been carrying all these years. Intellectually, we would like to go along with it, but practically we find it difficult to go along with it because the equipment have not been trained so far to go in line with that. So we fail. Again, we approach. Otherwise, mentally we approach him, not necessarily through. We try to develop a communication channel between us and the Guru. And a periodical visit to his place, watching him closely. Even we don't have to ask anything. With that frame of mind, when we start watching the thoughts, words, and deeds that emanate from the Guru, every time we will be getting some guidance. Initially, we may not be able to understand. For example, when we started coming here, when we started spending 1 or 2 hours in Puja Mataji's room, and when she explains to somebody that this is also Papa, this is also Papa, like that, small things, we had absolutely no idea. One thing we know, Mataji will not go wrong. So I may not be able to understand, but how am I to understand? Then the plumbing goes on, Then again with that, we watch. Then slowly we find that when she means Papa, she means the all-pervading reality. So she is identifying everything with that reality. And when she says that, her body language itself will make us convinced that every word of it that comes, it comes from the core of the heart. So we start thinking. We may not be able to. We see only things as things, in persons as persons. We have not reached that stage. But that particular approach of Mataji, it starts making us some deep dent. And here, of course, in ashram, in Ananda ashram, a lot of importance is given for Nama. So that means the Nama chanting with the right perspective will enable me to have the right mindset. So when I have not chanted with the right mindset, naturally I will not be able to toe in line. So I again start doing it while chanting. This is how the Guru slowly influences us. So the chanting is to make us aware of the all-pervading reality. Oh, a reality because of which we have come, because of which we exist, because of which we continue to function as an individual. So all these things, and mysteriously, we should, to ensure that we don't develop any cult attitude towards our guru. The guru also gives us clues that there is only one guru who is within us, who is guiding us through so many outer gurus. Those things will gradually become clearer and clearer to us. While retaining our reverence for the outer guru, we will also be slowly initiating a process by which we try to develop the guruhood, or what do you call it, in everything. Then suddenly we remember that when our life got started from our parents, so they are the first gurus. Then we go to the school, our teachers, our elders, our colleagues, and when we go to a field of employment, we find our boss, our colleagues, our customer. Each one is teaching us, each one is. But only when we go to an outer guru, all these things will become clear to us. Until such time, we become grateful to people who have helped us, that's all. We will not see that their guru is there in that form, touching and kindling in us. Even if something happens which is not to our taste. Previously, we had a tendency to blame others. Nowadays, slowly we will find, no, it is something, a lesson for us to learn. And Papa, in one of his quotations, beautifully he says this: the world we live in is a school in which observation and experience offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is Guru or God. So Guru-Shishya relationship should be such that it should be on the impersonal level. It doesn't mean that we should overlook. We should respect that form, because it is through that form only we were touched and kindled. That is why when we were discussing with Puja Swamiji, how he was able to get over the attachment to his Papa's form. He said he himself asked this question to Papa, and then every day Papa said, no, you should be attached to the impersonal aspect of the Guru, not the personal aspect. Impersonal aspect of the Guru in the outer Guru. So then Swamiji's explanation gave us a lot of clarity. Every day he was prostrating before Papa twice, once in the morning and once in the night. So at that time he will close his eyes and then say, I am prostrating before the indwelling and all-pervading, nameless, formless reality, whose presence has been made known to me through this form. So we are getting connected to the nameless, formless reality through this form. If this form was not there, I would not have been able to. So the instrumental cause for making me to know is this form. So retaining our reverence for the Guru, at the same time, getting ourselves riveted to the indwelling and all-pervading impersonal aspect. And these things will come by itself, not that we have to plan. The moment we become steadfast, experiences have shown in the lives of all Mahatmas who have scaled the heights, that mysteriously the guidance will come from within as well as from without. But this should be very clear in our mind. I should be able to develop the right relationship with my Guru. Guru will be happy not because we prostrate before him. Guru will be happy if the ideal gets stamped in our heart and reflected in all our thoughts, words and deeds. The ideal, because he is also an individual, but there is something that is different from us, What is that? It is the ideal that form represents. So initially we are attached to that form, but later on we should be able to graduate ourselves, move from that level to a little more higher, little more higher, little more higher. The ideal. So in our case, Param Puja Papa, Param Puja Mataji, they stand for this, The Nirguna, Niragara, Nirvigara, Shashwata, Ananda Swarup. This is what Puja Mataji used to mention about God. And for that, she used the form of the Guru. If the impersonal aspect is not brought along with our sadhana, the risk is that we get halted to that particular form. It will never become all-pervading. Whereas if we are very clear about the impersonal aspect, then anybody or any object, any situation that comes before us, we will try now to bring in this dimension. We may not succeed. After a long struggle only we might be able to, but there will be an intention, an intense desire on our part to feel that. Guru is now providing me an opportunity. So when I am made to pass through stressful period, I will also remember Guru is making me to go through this for reasons known, for reasons unknown to me now. But later on I will come to know it is only to fine-tune my life. So one more thing, Papa makes us to understand that while retaining our reverence for the form, we should try to simultaneously develop our reverence for the impersonal aspect. It is not that we are ignoring that form, no. And Guru is not to be limited to one particular individual. Because after that stage, when we look back our life, we will find everybody is contributing. Even a small incident or what do you call it? We may name it as a trifle one, insignificant one, but now today we will find there is relevance for that in our life. For example, when Sridharan used to say, once when he went to the town with somebody to buy something, so that was in a container that was given to him, to the person. As soon as he got it, he simply opened it and threw it in the waste paper basket, that container. So the shopwala said, please don't do that. He just preserved it till it is opened, So he can be a guru then, is it not? Nothing is irrelevant, nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant. So we will start recognizing the guru dimension in anything and in anybody. Not limiting ourselves to that is the tangible gain. When we closely follow the biographical sketches of masters, and if we are blessed to be with them for at least for a short time, and when we start looking at them, so many things they will teach us without uttering a word. The way in which they handle even inert, insentient matter. How gentle they are. Not treating it as an inert matter. Those of you who had the privilege of meeting Puja Swamiji might also remember all those things. How he handles even a smallest, like handling an umbrella or or handling the switch or a glass of water. How meticulously, how lovingly he will be handling it. Because in anything and everything they have been able to this initially we may not know. We may feel that oh, he is very disciplined, he is attentive like that. But when we start knowing closely what according to him God stands for, then we will try to understand the meaning of all these things. So even while we fold the umbrella and keep it, there will be a gentle touch, a touch of love, a touch of perfection, a touch of dedication, and a touch of gratitude. All these things we will start feeling it. So the word Guru, how it touches and kindles in everybody's heart. And that is why in a year we celebrate this Guru Purnima. Because we remember, we gratefully remember what all through a particular form we were touched and kindled. And then we plead, we have not been able to live up to what is expected of us. Please help us. And then when he has he has us in his mind, mysteriously so many things will happen. One party, one family was going to US, many decades back, 2 or 3 days. So normally, Puja Swamiji will be informed of all the program. At the time of leaving, the devotee suddenly came to Swamiji, touched his feet and said, "We know, Swamiji, even if we forget, you will not forget us." That relationship, an impersonal relationship. So that means, when the relationship has been established on that level, then there is practically no problem. Guru is always with us. Veru. Enough. Ayo. ശരി. അയ്യോ ശരി. So these are all some of the things which we wanted to share when.
How to know the external Guru is happy with us, Swamiji? How to know that external Guru is happy with us from our actions, Swamiji?
How to know our external Guru is happy with our actions.
He may not say that. That is the beauty. But he will make us to think whether we have done it rightly or wrong. We should be alert. We should be careful. Because when Swamiji was asked why you are not appreciating anybody, he said there is a risk involved in both cases. Suppose we openly say you have done a wonderful job, the ego may get boosted. Suppose you say you have done which is wrong, you get dejected, dispirited. So he always remains neutral. Just he will smile. It is for us to conclude whether we our actions are right or wrong. And it has tremendous impact. Tremendous impact. If this word comes back to us, I must be like what my Guru expects me to. Puja Swamiji always used to remind that we should become a model of Papa's devotee. Papa's devotee means loving all and serving all, based upon the vision of divinity in everybody. So this common denominator, I must keep on. I may fail, I may forget, doesn't matter. But there should be a constant effort on my part to identify the common denominator in everybody. That is the fittest homage we can pay to our Guru. Some of you who had the privilege of moving with Puja Mataji also must have heard that. Mataji will not be satisfied if somebody praises. She will give left and right. But Mataji will be definitely happy when they know that we are trying to come out of the me and mine, pettiness. She will not appreciate on our face. But she will make us understand if we have committed anything wrong. And in her case, because she is the mother of all, she will also take us to task whenever we go off the line. Anything, anywhere it is petty, Mataji will definitely take us to task. But nobody will feel bad because everybody knows she is a mother. She has only one concern for all of us, that we should all reach the final one. So going through the biographic sketches of masters, it will help us a lot. Every now and then, visiting their places will definitely help us. But far, far from all these things, we should be contemplating upon the ideal they represent. Right from the minutest to the grossest. And from the personal to the impersonal, it's a very, very important thing. Otherwise, we get stunted. In Quest of God throws light on all these aspects. Because varieties of incidents, and how at every time Papa felt the Guru, Ram, to him God and Guru are one. How he was guiding him from stage to stage. And through, when we read and reread, especially after reading Mataji's words, it becomes somewhat clear to all of us that the Guru has been with us even when we were not aware of his presence. At the appropriate time, he comes through an outer form and makes us feel about it. And then the journey becomes joyous. And then we will start recognizing the Guru dimension in anything and everything. One example that comes to our mind is, right from our childhood, our Ishtadevata has been Shirdi Baba. Right from our childhood. Every Thursday, puja will be there. We all learn by heart so many shlokas. But after 25 or 30 or 40 years live, only when we happen to go through Papa's introduction to Shirdi Baba's life, the most important aspect in Baba's life was clear to us. Until such a time we were. There, Papa says, he has quoted Baba's words, I give them whatever they ask, so that one day they will come and ask me what I want to give them. That is the Guru's concern. Through our dedication, through our bhakti, devotion, we would have developed a wonderful relationship with Baba. But we may feel satisfied with that. But then, when we don't remember, I think Paul Brenton or some foreigner was writing a book, and they wanted Papa to write a few lines. In that introduction, Papa mentions about Baba's words. I give them whatever they want, so that one day they will come and ask what I want to give them. Lot of clarity. Otherwise, you go there, you pray something, and then you get it, or you may not get it. Baba may feel, if he feels that it will help you in your progress, he may bless you with. Even if we don't get, our devotion does not go down. Everything is okay. But this is the vital aspect. Why we feel that Baba is with us, has been with us. Nanirika Payamain, in Tamil, when you go to Mylapur temple, there is a book board. When I am here, why should you fear? So again, we come down to the physical level, But this is the prime one. I keep on trying to give them whatever they want, so that one day they will come and ask me, okay, we have been asking you, now what is it that you want to give us? Then he will give us what is needed. This we came to know only after reading Papas. Then we suddenly, so that is the role of the Guru, to unearth something which has got a terrible impact. Now when we pray for Baba's blessings, we will not ask for anything less than the ultimate one. Because we have been asking, but you have not been giving. Why? Because I have never asked you, what do you want to give me? So these are all some of the things which come well up in our mind when we think about Guru-Shishya relationship. Elaborately, Swami Chidanji Maharaj has discussed about this. Let us see day after tomorrow if we are in a position to locate that particular article. Very, very inspiring. There he writes, looking at you, the world should know who your Guru is. I must be what my Guru wants me to. So every time he will be standing there, like a sentinel. So whenever I go off the line or settle with something petty, something smaller, immediately, no, this is not what you want. You must be thinking something higher, something higher, something higher. Never be satisfied with anything that is less than that. Yes, anything else? It's a very important point.
Swamiji, if you communicate with God, with Guru, Guru will guide Swamiji to any problems and anytime spiritual things and everything. Guru will give guidance from within. Swamiji.
Within, correct. That should be, that is very important. Because God and Guru are one. All of us are facing problem because the moment we utter the word Guru, immediately we place an individual, a form of an individual there. Though that was the starting point. So we must always feel that He is with us, He has been with us, guiding us, even before we came in contact with that particular form. That is why, in that particular quotation of Papa, God does not need an intermediary. Though we need a guru to tell us as an intermediary, but we let us not get stuck with that. Let us try to go to the ideal. He says God does not need an intermediary. If you think God can talk through Ramdas, He can talk through you as well, because you cannot accuse Him of partiality. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny Him in your heart? Very powerful statement, very powerful statement. So from the personal, He is now taking us to the impersonal level. And when we look at his life, we know that he was not crowding around a guru outside. He was always looking up to Guru from within. And then whenever anybody asks, all answers are given from that standpoint. He says, switch on your wire for direct communication. Previously, we were thinking that only through Guru. No, only through a Guru we can reach him. But through a Guru means through a Guru who is seated within us, whose presence has been made known to us by the outer Guru. So we have to do a lot of thinking, Manana, to have the right mindset. It's a very important thing, very important thing.
Swamiji, Papa has given initiation only Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram in initial stage. Now, gradually making know what is Ram, what is gradually.
Correct.
After 20 years.
Correct.
At this day.
Correct.
So gradually.
Initially, if we were told, we may not be able to understand,
Yes, Swami.
So all these things are relevant. Nothing is irrelevant. All these things are relevant, valid. Only because of that we will be able to. Suppose this is the same statement that we don't need an intermediary. Suppose we read 15 years back or 20 years back. We will never be able to put head and tail of it.
Yes.
We don't know that language. We want an intermediary. Then later on we come to know that the God principle is within us. It is not outside. So the spiritual journey means I should become more and more aware of His presence within me. And this is what has been revealed to me through the outer Guru. So what he wanted was to get direct so that I don't look up to anything in between. So when we were prompted to bring out In Search of Papa, that project, mysteriously we were taken to this particular quotation. Until such time we were also not aware. It is in letters to Swami Ramdas. So how do we remember? We have not gone through it with that frame of mind. So then he mysteriously points out, you are in search of Papa, real Papa, the inner Guru Papa. If you are really in search of Guru Papa, you should know this. Then at that particular time he reveals these words. God does not need an intermediary. So then suddenly, it was something revealing. The same was there, but you don't know how. There are so many letters there in the letters from Swami Ramdas. How do we know that this particular quotation is there? Then we try to realize, oh, it was he who prompted us to go to this particular page and read and contemplate and suddenly get thrilled. Oh, and that particular word, switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny him in your heart? So if I rely on anything external, I am not relying on him. So Nama chanting should enable me to finally rely everything on him, whose name I am chanting. And we also found everything ultimately gets centered around on how to make the Nama chanting effective. Because that is the main anchor, main support, main avalambanam. So how to make it from the superficial level, from the ritualistic level, from the lip level, I am trying to now make it more and more effective, more and more deep. So every word of Kapapa now gives clarity on how to make it more and more effective. So when he says switch on your wire for direct communication, that is why he gave us this Nama. This direct communication with him. So even if I chant twice or thrice or 5 times, that 5 times will definitely enable me to establish the contact with him. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny him in your heart? So a right relationship with the Guru enabled the disciple to go forward, and the Guru mysteriously withdraws even the form. After he is convinced that the devotee can stand independently, without any external prop. That also we come to learn. Vinobaji drew inspiration from Mahatmaji's life. From the minutest to the grossest. But at the same time, he was away from Mahatmaji. Because he was able to maintain that right relationship with the Guru, not merely at the personal level. And he was able to understand also the real, what is Guru dimension. When he went there for the first time to the Kochara or Sabarmati ashram, hearing about Gandhiji, and when he went there, so many people are involved in so many activities. So he finally went and asked somebody, where is Bapuji? Then somebody said, though, the one who is cutting vegetables, he is Bapuji. So he went there, Bapuji was cutting. So he suddenly introduced, I am Vinoba. You are Vinoba. Gave him the cutting knife and this thing, start. This was how the initiation took place. No lecture. So what an amount, see, just imagine, absolutely no background, no briefing, nothing. Start. That means he wanted to rely on him for right from the beginning. What for I am cutting? What should be the size? What should be the quantity? Before cutting, what during cutting? All those things, I have to devolve myself. I am not looking up to somebody, So right from the start, Gandhiji wanted him to rely on his own. The moment we started reading that, Great eye opener, great eye opener. Anything else? Shankaracharya, while he was composing the various shlokas invoking the blessings of the Guru, you will find all of them are impersonal. Akanda Mandalagaram, you remember? There are 7 or 8 or 9 slokas. There he tries to highlight Brahmanandam, Paramasukadam, everything, Pradasmarami, Hridayam, Sfuradatmatattvam. Unknowingly, we have not given importance to these. All these slokas highlight the impersonal aspect. It was given by a form. Adi Shankaracharya himself has composed many things. Next month, I think we will have Guru Purnima, no?
21st.
21st of July. But probably Papa wants all of us to apply our mind more and more on the various facets of the word Guru. So that by the time we reach the Guru Purnima day, we will have the proper mindset, respecting the form of the Guru, outward form, at the same time getting ourselves connected with the impersonal reality of the Guru. For all devotees and spiritual aspirants, Guru Purnima is a very sacred occasion, very sacred occasion. Our eternal bond with the Guru, no? We are reminded. If he had not stepped into our life, we would not be knowing at all about the so many plus points and privileges God has given to us. Only because of the Guru we were able to get some idea of it, something about it. Okay, anything else?
Only because of Guru's grace we are sitting here before Swamiji.
Purely His grace, grace, grace.
Only how to see Guru in the name, Swamiji? We are unable to find him in the name. They're simply chanting, thinking that he is the former Guru, former Guru. How to find him in the name?
So the name is also when we try to trace the origin. We come to know the greatness of the name only because of the Guru, na? The Guru, if the Guru has not told us, we would not be chanting.
That's right, that's right.
So immediately the moment we chant, we say, oh, it was given to us by Papa for enabling us to cross over the boundaries. So first Guru comes and then only the Nama comes. So we are deeply grateful to him for having given us something. Rest of the things may not stay with us, but Namaste, we can easily hold on to it. The moment we get up in the morning till we retire to bed, whenever we feel like, at our beck and call, the name is always with us. Who said? Our Guru said. So we are deeply grateful to him for that. That is why the process of initiation also came. When we ourselves chant, not that the effect will be denied, it will be there. But why then initiation? Because then, I develop a reverence to him. As soon as somebody comes to Papa and says something about the various problems faced, first reaction is take Ramnam, no? Even for Mataji or even for Puja Swamiji. First he said you take. 3 times he makes them to repeat. First that is handed over to them. We have no idea. To us it was only a word. We did not know the importance of this. When he says holy and all powerful Ram. But later on our reverence towards the Guru slowly make us to understand what all he has said about Nama. And we try to understand something more about the precious, all-powerful nature of the name. So name is closely connected with Guru. Good. Today an important topic. Papa made us to dwell elaborately. Of course, it is only one small portion. Again, if we start thinking about it, we'll get day after tomorrow. Let me see whether I can lay our hand on this particular article. Very inspiring, very inspiring. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Hari Om to everybody. Hari Om. Pranam, 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 Hari, Hari, pranam, 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 pranam. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.